What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today we are finishing off this draft with the fourth round. I know I usually do five, but this time I just wanted to feel four just because, again, free agency's trading, changing things up. We're having a fan mock coming up in just a little bit over a week, so we're gonna have some fun stuff coming in. All right, but I'm gonna be recording this on the night of March 17th, so any deals that happen in between now and then will unfortunately not be recorded in this again. Tomorrow is my birthday, so I'm going to relax and enjoy that for quite a bit. I don't really want to record on that day. So again, the video that's already being posted on my birthday is one that was pre-recorded today as well. I just want to make sure that I can relax a little bit and enjoy the days I have. So, this is going to be fun. We're going to enjoy this, but again, keep in mind this is after day 2/day 3 of, well, it's pretty much day 3 of free agency. So starting off with the first pick in the fourth round, we got the Niners. So this was a traded pick. I don't remember what for, but I wonder if we can click on that. We can. So Washington was a move up. Wow, I didn't know that you could do that. That's so sick. But big fan of that. I mean, I was just curious if we could pick on any pick and just see the other picks that they have, but yeah, no, that's actually so cool. I didn't even realize that. That's actually awesome. So, with these picks, obviously we're gonna be doing some fun stuff. There are some really good guys still on the board, and for the Niners, I mean, this is a region where I'm down to really two players, and it's like, again, safety is definitely an issue, but I can't come to bear on a safety right now. We've taken all the ones that I'm comfortable with. Again, we could honestly trade back in and then get a guy like Caden Stearns to be your second safety. But I'm gonna be real with you guys. We could get this more of a slot type of wide receiver here with an Amari Rogers, or else we can get a Demetric Felton who can act as a running back as well. It's a very interesting combo there. So you guys got to bounce back on that. You got to tell me what you think on that. But I think that Mari Rogers really fits a Shanahan type scheme, and he definitely could be a really good player. But oh man, this is a tough one. This is a real tough one. I think that the fact that I think that Dimitri Felton offers so much that you can use him kick return wise, you can use him wide receiver wise on the boundary even. I mean, you saw him against Damar Hamlin just light it up. Speaking of, we might want to take Damar Hamlin towards the end of this fourth round. I'm starting to wish I went for a fifth round, but that's okay. Dimitri Felton's gonna be the pick. It's gonna be an interesting one. He's a running back, wide receiver hybrid, and he's just so good, man. You can use him as a wide receiver, but he is a running back by nature, and he's also a really good kick returner. I'm a huge fan of Demetric Felton, man. If you want to look at what the 49ers did, they got plenty of things here. They obviously brought back Jason Verrett, but now they have a fully loaded roster, and I love it. Huge fan of their roster right now. So Demetric Felton, good addition to the squad. Rams are on the board, and I think this is a good spot for us to go. Maybe we could get another edge depth. Man, the freaking Rams screwed themselves over pretty big time. This is where I could see a guy like Tutu Atwell going, though. I'd be a pretty big fan of this pick. Jalen Twyman, he's definitely, I don't think he's going to be drafted in the fourth. Not anymore, especially after that 5-5. There's no way that could actually happen, but you never know, man. Honestly, you never know. So, looking at the guys on the board, I mean, I'm not really seeing anybody I'm really too comfortable with. This is a good spot to trade out. So there is still Tutu Atwell on the board. There still is Amari Rogers on the board for a team like the Patriots. That, I mean, I've been hearing rumors of them kind of moving on from Julian Edelman potentially. This could be a good move for an Amari Rogers trade up. It's very interesting. Obviously the quarterbacks are all gone, so much for the Steelers making another trade up during this draft. But looking at a guy like Ellerson Smith, it could be a big upside player. There's a lot of good players left on the board. So the question is, who is going to be pulling the trigger? Because there is Jaelon Darden still on the board, which again, I think since he is a smaller school guy, he will be taken around the fourth round. I have a second round grade on him. So what's a team that could probably use a gadget weapon like that? I'm looking at Carolina because they just lost Curtis Samuel, and I'm like, ooh. Obviously, Washington, they traded up and got Kadarius Toney. Obviously, they probably wouldn't do that with a Curtis Samuel on the roster, but a team that just lost a Curtis Samuel, they could probably use somebody who's dynamic with the ball in their hands, is the Panthers, who are going to be trading up with the Rams. I mean, the Rams might be a little bit stingy, but we got the draft capital to say, screw it. We're going to see if this 6th round, maybe we can swap we can get that 7th round in return as well. That's a good trade. We're moving up a couple spots and then giving barely any value up. That's a big plus for me. Big plus for me. Now we're going to be able to get either Amari Rodgers or else a guy like Daz Newsome. But let's have some fun. Let's get some Jaelon Darden in here. Really good with the ball in his hands. Again, we could go after a cornerback as well for the Panthers, but right there, let's get Jaelon Darden. I was thinking about getting Demetric Felton for them as well. Honestly, they're making a heavy push for Deshaun Watson, apparently. Something definitely to keep an eye out for. And the Falcons, let's look at the running backs. I honestly could see Chuba Hubbard being a really good back in the squad, but they do need safety desperately. This is a different situation than the Niners. They don't even have a safety on the roster, if I'm not mistaken. I know they're trying to get after a strong safety in Kenny Vaccaro. So I'm actually going to reach here for Caden Stearns. Didn't do it for the Niners, but this is more of like a desperation move than anything. Caden Stearns is he's pretty damn solid, dude. I'm pretty happy with Caden Stearns at this spot. He's a very, very good dynamic safety for Texas. I think he's going to have a pretty solid NFL career. The Patriots, I mean, do they even need anything? If they do, it's going to be an electric weapon. And you know who that guy could be? It could be Jamar Jefferson or Javion Hawkins. And we're gonna be getting Jamar Jefferson for the squad. Crazy pick right here. I just want to keep it interesting, keep it fresh. I mean, Belichick knows what he wants, and Jamar Jefferson can provide a high upside player right there. Good zone runner, and he can have that really big burst of speed. Now with the Browns, you could definitely use an electric weapon like a Tutu Atwell down the field. Amari Rodgers, I think that's a little bit too Jarvis Landry-esque. You could get a guy like Daz Newsome, again, similar situation. This is a tough spot, man. I mean, Tutu Atwell might just be too good to pass up here, no pun intended. But again, there's guys like Tommy Togiai on the board. Aleem McNeil, obviously, 4'9" Paris Ford, who ran slower than the Jets left tackle Mekhi Becton. Yeah, that's no bueno. We could get Deontay Smith here for depth, but I want to see who the Lions have taken. They took Jay Tuafele, Jackson Carman, but they still definitely could use potentially a guard. So I'm honestly moving up with the Lions a couple spots. It's not a big trade at all. Very, very few spots to move up with the Browns in order to select Deontay Smith. Obviously they don't have any more picks this year, which I'm finding quite surprising. So we're going to set a 2023 6th along with this. It's a 2-pick spot. I mean, a 2-pick swap. So they're definitely going to be trying to rock right here with Deontay Smith, offensive guard for now the Detroit Lions. Big fan of that move. I was thinking about trying to take him for the Bengals. Again, that's why I hopped him. So the Bengals are sitting here and they're like, well, shit. We got to get a developmental tackle too, because he can be another bookend for when we get rid of Bobby Hart, right? Robert Hainsey was playing center snaps, by the way, at the Senior Bowl. Just watch out for that. Brady Christensen, to me, there's no doubt about it. Get Brady Christensen in that squad. Really, really talented player. He might fall just due to the tackle depth in this class. With the Browns again on the board, we could look at the wide receiver route one more time. And, I don't really see too much, but Cornell Powell ran the 4.4s. This could be a good guy to target. But honestly, we're going to have some fun. They want to have an explosive weapon to throw downfield to. Let's get Tutu Atwell. Honestly, why the hell not? Tutu Atwell would be a nice little addition to the squad. It's just a speed burner, guys. Somebody who you can just take a shot on. Not really the best with the ball in his hands as much as people want to say. So it's definitely concerning, but I think he'll be perfectly fine in the long run. With the Rams on the board, though, we could see a Cornell Powell pick here. And because of that, I could see a trade back at this spot. Did we already trade back? Yeah, we traded back with the Panthers. I just can't really see too much value created at this spot. Again, we could go Aaron Banks here, but I don't think we really need to go offensive line at this moment, do we? Honestly, it's kind of too good to pass up. Aaron Banks and, David Moore played so well, though. We're going to go David Moore out of gambling. He actually looks super, super talented at the Senior Bowl. Big fan of how he played. Drake Jackson's going to be falling quite a bit for me. I'm not that big of a fan of Drake Jackson after watching him in the Senior Bowl. As a guy who used to be really high on him, I just don't think it's it. With the Broncos on the board, though, I would be looking – I'd be looking more in this running back area. I think that they might have lost – well, Devin Booker was gone a couple years ago. But I even heard Philip Lindsay talks of potentially moving on. So if that would happen, I would probably go Javion Hawkins here for fun. But this team is actually pretty well stacked. Because of that, I'm going to be going after a high-end edge player, Allerson Smith, 6'7", lengthier than any guy in this draft class. Ridiculous potential here. Allerson Smith, if he learns correctly, could be an excellent heir apparent. We have some guys who are falling who are actually some very, very good talents. But that's okay, because I think Allerson Smith's an absolute stud. It says 6'6.5". He looks a full 6'6.5", if not 6'7". Big fan of that signing. The Cowboys on the board. We haven't gotten you guys a safety yet. Excuse me? Wait, what? No way. Did we not? What did we get for the Cowboys last round? We got a Barmore. Oh, wow. You guys could definitely use a safety, which there's still some really good ones on the board. Honestly, I'm looking at Tyree Gillespie, who's a freaking beast. He's a strong safety. I'm pretty sure Wilson is a strong safety. That's something that I might want to check right now, because you had Wilson as well as Woods. Woods was a free safety. Obviously, this is very interesting. But I know both these Missouri guys are really talented dudes. We could be going, honestly, Richard LeCounte's actually pretty damn good. Really, I honestly kind of like him a lot. I didn't like him as like a top 50 player when they had him there, but he is a talented safety. We're going to get it for the Cowboys because we desperately need it. I didn't even know that. I totally forgot that Christian Barmore was on the board, and that's why we took him. We were taking this, the safety way earlier. Totally forgot about that, guys. That's my fault. With the Giants on the board, this could be another good trade back spot. Again, Paris Ford with that speed is ridiculously slow. Ridiculously slow. What can we even get here? I don't really see too good a value. I don't know. I'm not really seeing the value right now for the pick. And to me, that screams a trade down option, because there still is Amari Rodgers on the board. And teams that could use him, you can look at the Dolphins. The Dolphins could use a guy like Amari Rodgers. That wouldn't be a bad pick. We got Rashad Bateman on the outside, right? I want to make sure that we didn't draft anybody else with these picks. Obviously, Rashad Bateman right there. You got Jalen Phillips right there. So Pete Werner as well. So I'm pretty sure we could get a slot wide receiver, and it fits the Dolphins really well. Why not trade up for this? So Dolphins trading up with the New York Giants. And again, we don't have too many picks to trade up with, so we're going to use our pick that we got in another trade that we did to try to finesse the Giants. They accepted the offer. That's wonderful. In order to select a wide receiver, we could go a center here because Ted Karras is off the board. Definitely something I'm considering. But Amari Rodgers on the board, I think we got to fill that hole right now. It's just too good a value to pass up. With the Niners back on the board, we can go safety. We can definitely go safety here. And to me, it probably is DeMar Hamlin. You guys got to let me know if you guys need a free safety or a strong. But I know you guys need a nickel corner. That's from your head scout. And DeMar Hamlin can play safety or nickel corner, slot corner. This is one of my guys of the draft. I'm a huge fan of DeMar Hamlin. And I know one of you guys is going to go off because I know you guys have recommended him to me. He's a beast, and you guys need to watch him if you guys haven't already. I'm pretty sure it was against Amari Rodgers that I saw DeMar Hamlin shut him down completely. So, big fan of that. Now with the Chargers, I think we could still use a guard. I'm pretty sure we could still use a right guard. So I'm looking at a guy like Cedarius Hutcherson here, looking at Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks just got blown up during the Senior Bowl a little bit more than I wanted him to, but it's kind of worth it, right? You might as well just take a shot on him. We could get interior defensive line here though, to pair up. I want to make sure that the Chargers didn't do anything in free agency. Did they get a defensive lineman? They did not. So we could pair up on the interior because this is just unbelievable value for these picks. Tommy Togiai might just be too good of value right now. Looking at the wide receivers, I can't see anybody that you'd want to use at this moment. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Interior offensive line, of course, Aaron Banks would be a good option. But Tommy Togiai is on the board. I don't think we can let him go. Tommy Togiai would be a really good pickup right here. With the Vikings on the board, I think this would be a good spot for a guard, right? You got to get Aaron Banks in here. You guys live, breathe, and die by that run. Aaron Banks is going to be an excellent option. Now, I'm quite surprised. Oh, we got Creed Humphrey, I think, for the Texans. I just want to quickly check to see actually what we did. We did get Creed. So, cornerback, they just did sign a pretty bummy corner, but we got to get some edge help here. You got Hamilcar Rashed and then Peyton Turner's on the board. Keep him in Houston. I mean, it's a Houston guy in Houston. You might as well get some extra edge help there. The freaking Raiders, I don't even know what y'all doing. I want to see, because I'm pretty sure you guys just brought a veteran player to your squad. So I want to see. Let's see. What happened to the Raiders? I'm quite surprised. What's up with this? They're in the NFC, so I'm pretty sure this starts off. You gotta love it when shit randomly doesn't refresh. But they're gonna be in the NFC. Or they're not. They're AFC West, right? Yeah, they're not NFC. So Vegas, this is what they did. They went John Brown, Richie Incognito. They did bring back Richie Incognito. I did not know that, but that's not a bad idea. So fuck off. We gotta love these Ram video pop-ups. But they got Yannick Ngakoue. They got Jonathan Hankins re-signed, Quentin Jefferson. That was the guy I was thinking about. And Solomon Thomas. No need for an interior defensive lineman as much as I would want to. So that's unfortunate. But there are some good ones on the board, and that might mean a team might want to trade up for it. The question is who? The Steelers could definitely move up one more time and just try to get us a really good interior defensive lineman like a Liam McNeil. But I don't know if there's anybody on the board that teams are just salivating over. Oof, it's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. And I mean, there's a lot of guys on the board that should be probably moved up for and should probably be gone at this point. You still got Kenny Yeboah on the board, and that wouldn't be a bad pick for most teams. So looking at the teams that could probably move up for an edge player, or even Victor right here is pretty damn good. Marvin Wilson. The Steelers are one of those teams that could definitely use some help there. Not to mention the fact that offensive tackle, I mean, Robert Hainsey might be a good bet to be moving to center right now. So I swear to God, he played some center snaps during the Senior Bowl. Whew, it's weird. It's a weird draft. Let's look at the other teams who are around. Don't need it for the Jags. I don't think we need it for the Ravens. Let's see what the Ravens did. They got Cam Sample. Ooh, that's a good pick. Big fan of Cam Sample. The Cheeseheads could probably use some extra edge help. Even the Chiefs. It's very interesting. So honestly, we might want to move. We might want to trade back with a team right now that needs an interior defensive lineman. And I'm gonna have the Steelers trade up again. The Steelers are gonna be aggressive this draft. They're like, you know what? We are going to win. So they're going to be trading their 7th up and being able to get this pick. Hopefully the Raiders accept. It'll be a little bit annoying. The Raiders did, unfortunately, not accept. We'll give them a better 7th round pick just to move up a couple spots that, of course, they denied. You ass wipes. We're going to put the 7th as well as another 7th in there just for fun. And then we're going to move up and be able to select one of our players. So now we have the pick of the litter. We get to choose whatever edge that we want, right? Hamilcar Rashed wouldn't be a bad option, I don't believe, if we want to look at it. Edge rusher, yeah, okay. I don't know too much about Hamilcar Rashed. That's why I probably look at these things. Cornerback could be a good move with like a Trey Brown here or a Benjamin St-Juste. Both of them really talented players. I would probably look at the edge or the interior defensive line route, though. And you got Lee McNeil, Marvin Wilson, Marlon Tuipulotu. I'm going to be going Lee McNeil here. I think the Steelers they love their NC State guys. They're going to be going with them. They believe that Lee McNeil is going to be the right move. Kyrus Tonga is on the board too. I would probably think about taking him. But with the Texans on the board, this is where we're going to be going. Kenny Yeboah out of Ole Miss, making sure that he's not going to fall to the Giants, which I don't know if Giants are going to take him, but Kenny Yeboah is a definite steal at this spot. He's a really talented player and deserves to be picked around this spot. For the Giants, Shoot. I mean, what do we do with this? We could even go for a box safety with like Paris Ford at a 4.9 speed. I could go Robert Hainsey here as well. Wouldn't really mind that. But this is probably this is a luxury pick, guys. We get to choose whatever the hell we want. We might want to get a better back. I think you guys did get a better backup running back though. Let's look at the linebackers because I'm actually quite intrigued by one of these guys. Charles Snowden is an outside linebacker. He's an edge outside linebacker. He can definitely brush the passer. He's he's pretty damn cool. This is a guy. It's New York. We're gonna take him. Charles Snow is he's such a high floor. I mean, high ceiling player, not a high floor player whatsoever. But with Washington on the board, I know y'all ain't gonna like this. But I mean, do you really need too much more? I really don't think so. This might just be a best player available with like a Robert Hainsey who could fit anywhere on your line. Again, you guys might not like this pick, but I mean, this is just best available. And Robert Hainsey is such a good talent. So I'm a big fan of that. Why not? It's just more of a why not pick than anything because your roster is pretty damn built now. The Vikings are sitting here and they just got Patrick Peterson, by the way. That's big news. I would also look at linebacker for them. So you got Tony Fields here, who's pretty damn good. You got Kwoni Dang here, Garrett Wallow, KJ Britt, all these guys super talented. I would look. Excuse me. They just brought in Dalvin Tomlinson, if I'm not mistaken, on a contract. So there's not really much to go with here. There's really not too much to go with. Honestly, if you wanted to look at a free safety, I want to see what do we get for the Vikings. We got him Hamza, so yeah, we already got him a box safety. It's an interesting one because it's like, where do you go, right? Like, there's nowhere to go, and Talanoa Hufanga is a beast, right? Like, man, I don't know if we can pass on Talanoa here. I don't think we can. Obviously, Harrison Smith is going to probably eventually leave the NFL. So Talanoa Hufanga could honestly play your safety role if you want to put Hamza as more of a box linebacker. Similar role to a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, stealing him from the Titans. That's another reason why I took it. So Titans are on the board. I'm getting Divine Diablo here to replace, what's his name? To replace Kenny Vaccaro. Zero doubt about it. We're getting Divine Diablo. That's a great pick. With the Colts on the board, we got to replace our guy, T.Y. And I don't know really who's the best guy for it. Excuse me as a yawn comes on. What I do know is we could use Daz Newsome. He wouldn't be a bad weapon for us. And again, this could just be best player available. Danico Autry is gone though. Marlon Tuipulotu is here. With Nico Autry gone, we're probably gonna get Marlon. And it's just, again, that's best player available. The freaking Raiders, they don't really have jack to be, like, apart from offensive line, they don't really have much we can upgrade. Benjamin St. Juste might be a pretty good guy for him. I think that maybe this could be a good idea. Whew. A guy yawns coming on today, guys. It's been a long day. So I think that honestly, this wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go Benjamin St. Juste. Again, best player available. Let's keep rocking best player available here. Now with the Seahawks, what are the Seahawks doing free agency? Let's just make sure that they did get a tight end with Gerald Everett and Poona Ford. So they haven't really done much besides that. I would probably want to go edge here, and you get a really good selection of guys. I'm gonna just this seems like a Seahawks player to get. So let's get Deo. Now with the next pick, the Jaguars are sitting here and whew, man, you guys went all out in free agency. If you guys want to see, just check it out. Jaguars. So obviously they did actually lose Josh Oliver. So it makes even more sense that we were able to pretty much just like go balls to the wall with a tight end. But I mean, look at this. Look at all these guys. So they got Carlos Hyde in there. They don't need another running back. Woof. It's rough. It's rough, guys. They re-signed Sidney Jones. That's really good. That's a really good move. So now Jaguars have a pretty solidified core. Again, I'm pretty sure we went safety with Javon Holland, which can play slot corner, but he's also, of course, a safety. That's pretty good signings here. Rayshawn Jenkins could definitely rock with he could definitely rock that other safety role. So with this pick, I'm probably gonna be rocking more of a more of a weapon here. Frank Darby, I'm not a fan of. Watches all 22 tape, not a fan. Shi Smith, I can see the upside, but I mean, I think you guys have enough large wide receivers, but I know you also have LaVisca Chenault. I just might want to go Daz Newsome, just again, best player available. I love Daz. So that's just my thing. Next pick with the Ravens. This is they already got their interior offensive line fix. We could go safety here. This could be a good spot for a guy like Tyree Gillespie or Joshua Bledsoe. It's interesting, but I think I might go for Gillespie here. Just as again, one of the best players available. I think Gillespie's going to be able to test pretty damn well. Brown's back on the board. We're trading out of this spot. There is still Hamilcar Bichetta Jr. on the board, along with Victor, along with Marvin Wilson. So a team that could use an edge player. Let's check with the Packers because, I mean, you can never go wrong with one. I know the Packers have already traded up before to get guys, but they got Amon-Ra St. Brown there, Asante Samuel there. Where do we go with this? This is going to be a good spot. We didn't have a third round pick. Very interesting. So yeah, we're actually going to be trading up with the Packers right here. Crazy shit, right? Packers trading up with the Browns. I mean, the Browns, they're just gaining a shit ton of capital. I mean, look at the capital that we do have, guys. We're going to be sending in our 5th round pick with it in exchange for maybe a 6th. Do we really need to? No. We're not going to be moving up anymore anyways, but Packers are going to be going all in on getting some extra edge help as well, or interior defensive line help, which we already got. So, to be honest, we might just get edge help just to get Hamilcar Rashed in here. But we could be looking at extra corner depth. We could look at offensive tackle. Yeah, that's nothing. Not good. Not good, guy. I mean, I'm having yawn attacks, and I feel horrible about it. Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. But I see guys like Garrett Wallow on the board, and I know my guy Mason loves Garrett Wallow. I think it's a good pick. It's honestly a really good pick overall. With the Saints on the board, we're going to be rocking Trey Brown out of Oklahoma. Actually, we're rocking Rodarius Williams, 25 years old, but he's ready to play right now. He's ready to start. I like the idea of him playing right now. The Bengals are on the board, taking an upside pick. I am going with Kwoni Dang, 6'6", 250 pounds. Great locker room presence. Big fan of that pick. Now, with the Browns, I'm going to be looking more towards this Ben Cleveland route because it's extra guard depth. You already have like the guys who are playing at a very high level there, forgetting their names, but it's a good pick. Why not get extra line depth? We've already seen what happens to a team like the one that we're picking for when you don't have an offensive line. But this team is like, oh shit, we can get Marvin Wilson here. Why not? I mean, Marvin Wilson had a big drop off here, but pair him up with Chris Jones and watch the fireworks happen. The Buccaneers are sitting here and they're like, well, shoot, what do we even need to get? I would look at Monty Rice or Tony Fields, and I would be like, okay, we can have him as an understudy to Levante David for a couple years, and that's going to help. Wide receiver wise, don't really see anything that's too fun, but Shi Smith could be very interesting on this squad. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go Tamori and Terry. Yeah, we're seeing a very interesting trend here. It's the Buccaneers drafting some very tall, very talented players in these mid to late rounds. It's a very interesting and very fun pick. I like it a lot. It's definitely a unique pick. But Tamori and Terry, you're just going all in on one season, or probably the next 2 seasons. So go at it. Cowboys on the board. Honestly, this could be a one where I look at tight end, don't see anything. I mean, there's nothing here. Ooh, Trey McKitty though. Ooh, Trey McKitty. You know, I see Sedarius Hutcherson here though, and I think Sedarius Hutcherson is too high end of a guard to let pass this point. I would go Trey McKitty, but Sedarius Hutcherson is definitely the guy. But speaking of a trade, we're going to trade up with the Dallas Cowboys again. We're going to go back-to-back picks. Bill, he's going all in, but I mean, there's not really okay. We're not going to be doing that. Bill doesn't really need to get that many picks. So since he's going in all year, I mean, for this year, we're trading. We're going to be trading a 5th and the next year's 6th to move up to the 4th round and be able to select Trey McKitty out of Georgia. He's one of my sleepers in the draft, so definitely getting a weapon there for the Cowboys. pretty nice. And the Eagles, oh, you guys are here finally. You guys could use another gadget weapon if you guys wanted to. Anthony Schwartz wouldn't be bad. Cornell Powell wouldn't be too bad of an option either. Dax Milne seems like a guy who you guys would end up taking and ended up being a bust. So we're not going to do that. I'm also going to take Anthony Schwartz. I know you have Rager, but I think you want to be able to give Jalen Hurts some good weapons, and Anthony Schwartz would be a really, really fun option. It's, again, best player available. Rams sitting here, I mean, this is, I don't care if you just paid somebody like 60 million, 64. Hamilcar Rashid is too good to pass up here at this point. People fall for a reason. It's just sometimes the way that the world works. And the Packers are sitting here. They're like, ooh, can we get a tackle? Looking at it, I'd probably wait, right? There's not really too much to grab here. Will Fries is interesting. I heard some things about him. I would look at the safety route. You can still get Paris Ford and put him at linebacker, though. Oh, man, this 4.9 is really hurting me, though. Man, the 4.9 is hurting me, but it might just be best player available. Let's just say fuck it. Paris Ford, it's a fun pick. Oh, man. I mean, it's just you guys have bigger needs, but it's just kind of like, why the hell not? Just why the hell not? With the Vikings on the board, I mean, where do we go with you guys? Jalen Twyman is not going to be an option here. Honestly, I could see us going with a trade down here. I could see it. So there are, I probably should see what the guys are on the board, what the teams would trade up for. There are still guys like Trey Brown on the board who finally they updated his age. He's going to be able to play pretty well. I can see the Steelers trying to get an extra corner here. You know, it's a team that's desperate for corner play, and they're going to be willing to sacrifice the rest of their draft for it. So the Packers, right? Is this Packers? No, it's the Vikings. The Steelers are trading up with the Vikings. We'll see how many picks we have left in this draft, but we have one pick left. So we're going to be trading a next year 4 from Philadelphia, as well as a 7th to trade up here. Because again, we have so many picks that do we really need this? No, we're getting extra capital for next year's draft. Again, this is not a win now season. So the Steelers trading up, and they're going to be getting Trey Brown. And for you guys who think that I favor the Steelers in this, I really don't. I just get passionate about what the Steelers actually need. And the Steelers could use some guys who can actually play, like Trey Brown, who can come and play day one. I was thinking about Rashad Wildgoose there. I'm not going to lie. Honestly, I kind of regret that pick. I'd probably go Rashad Wildgoose there. But the pick happened, and something the Steelers would do. Now, with Kansas City, I think we got to go a larger-bodied wide receiver, like a Sage Surratt, but he's going to run so slowly that we're going to get Cornell Powell. Pretty sure he's around the 6'2" mark. He's actually 6 foot fly. He's honestly perfect size. We could get Austin Watkins to replace his brother. But Cornell Powell, I mean, he just played much larger than what we kind of think of him. But if you want to look at the picks, obviously go back to the drafts. I hope you guys did enjoy this. It was fun. I mean, the Steelers traded up almost every time. But that's just because I know exactly what the Steelers need. So again, honestly, swap that last pick at Trey Brown for Wild Goose. That's the only thing I'd change about this. Just change that for Wild Goose, and then we're good. So let me know what you guys think. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. We're going to have Fan Mock come in 1.5 weeks, so stay tuned. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.